Good morning, it's April 1st, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. The Beaufort Gyre in the Arctic is facing alarming sea ice loss, a critical factor in maintaining ocean cooling and circulation stability. This decline raises concerns about the potential release of fresh water into the North Atlantic, which could disrupt the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, or AMOC. A recent study published in the Journal of Geophysical Research Oceans predicts that the Beaufort Gyre may decline or even disappear by the end of the century under both high and intermediate emission scenarios. Research indicates that the freshwater content in the Beaufort Sea has surged by 40% over the past 2 decades, signaling a potential tipping point for the AMOC. The study emphasizes the urgent need to limit global warming, as even slight temperature increases can trigger significant and irreversible changes in both the Arctic and global climate. The weakening of the AMOC is a major concern for climate scientists, with uncertain consequences for ocean currents. Potential repercussions of a weakened AMOC include rising sea levels along the North Atlantic, which could displace coastal populations, and increased droughts in regions that typically receive more rainfall. Experts warn that a collapse of the AMOC could lead to drastically colder winters in Northwest Europe, similar to conditions found in Arctic Canada. Paleoclimate records show that the AMOC has shut down in the past, leading to substantial regional climate changes, but the current rate of change is unprecedented. The findings from this research underscore the critical need for accurate climate modeling, as existing models may not adequately account for smaller ocean processes that help stabilize the gyre. Researchers utilize data from 27 global climate models, revealing that many models tend to overestimate the size and strength of the Beaufort Gyre. This pivotal study, led by climatologist Céline Hoauzy and her colleagues, serves as a crucial contribution to understanding climate dynamics in the Arctic. Researchers from Brazil and Germany are making strides in the exploration of bioactive compounds derived from fruits and plants, with findings recently showcased at FAPESP Week in Germany. The focus in Brazil's Food Research Center is on non-digestible, water-soluble polysaccharides, particularly pectins found in fruits like papaya and passion fruit, which may offer health benefits against chronic diseases. The goal of this research is to develop a supplement or food ingredient rich in modified pectin, aimed at enhancing human health, especially regarding chemotherapy for colon cancer and the modulation of gut microbiota. However, extracting these beneficial pectins presents challenges due to the rapid ripening of fruits, which alters their structure and diminishes their biological effectiveness. To overcome these challenges, researchers have innovated new extraction methods for pectin, utilizing byproducts from oranges and passion fruit, and have patented a process that boosts biological activity. Beyond pectins, the investigation extends to medicinal plants and their phytochemicals, which are being studied for their ability to neutralize bacterial infections, particularly urinary tract infections. Collaborative efforts with the Federal University of Minas Gerais have demonstrated that aqueous extracts from plants like Solidago gigantea and Equisetti herba can significantly reduce the adhesion and survival of Escherichia coli in human bladder cells. German scientists are also developing infection models to examine how these plant extracts influence the innate immune response and gene expression regulation in bladder cells. While many plant compounds, such as flavonoids and terpenoids, are recognized for their anti-inflammatory properties, the specific mechanisms by which they act on pathogens are still under investigation. This research is supported by the São Paulo Research Foundation, highlighting the collaborative nature of food and nutrition research. These projects emphasize the potential of natural substances in health improvement, indicating a future where plant-based compounds could play a crucial role in functional food and medicine. Animal studies have shown a correlation between modified pectins and increased biological activity, setting the stage for future clinical trials to explore their potential benefits. New research published in JAMA Network Open suggests that critically injured trauma patients may need less supplemental oxygen than previously recommended. Current guidelines advocate for higher levels of oxygen to counteract blood loss, but a study led by Dr. Adit Jinda from the University of Colorado School of Medicine indicates a different approach. The strategy to avoid excessive oxygen, or SAVE O2 study, involved nearly 13,000 patients across 8 Level 1 trauma centers in the U.S., focusing on achieving a lower oxygen saturation range of 90 to 96%. The findings revealed that patients maintained within this normoxemia range experienced similar or even better clinical outcomes compared to those receiving higher oxygen levels. Specifically, these patients had more days free of supplemental oxygen and shorter hospital stays. Dr. Jinda pointed out that excessive oxygen delivery can be detrimental, particularly for patients with healthy lungs, since hemoglobin has a limit on how much oxygen it can transport efficiently. In recognition of their innovative work on oxygen therapy protocols, Dr. Jinda's team received accolades at the Military Health System Research Symposium in 2023. Their research has already influenced military health practices, particularly addressing oxygen supply challenges during combat evacuation missions. Looking ahead, Dr. Jinda is optimistic that civilian guidelines for oxygen delivery will evolve in light of these findings, potentially improving trauma care across the country. To further enhance oxygen delivery, the research team is developing an autonomous oxygen titration device named O2matic. This device aims to automatically provide precise amounts of oxygen to patients without the need for manual adjustments. The O2matic has received approval for use in Europe and is currently undergoing trials in the U.S. to evaluate its effectiveness and safety. Dr. Jinda anticipates that while civilian guidelines may take longer to adapt, future developments will include testing the O2matic pending FDA evaluation. A groundbreaking discovery has emerged from southwest China, where researchers have uncovered quina-scrapers, a type of Middle Paleolithic stone tool. This finding suggests that ancient East Asians were innovating during this era, similar to their counterparts in Europe and the Middle East. Previously, these tools were believed to be exclusive to Europe and the Middle East, leading to misconceptions about the technological capabilities of East Asians during the Middle Paleolithic. The excavation at Longtan, led by researchers Hao Li and Qijun Ruan, revealed artifacts that date back approximately 50,000 to 60,000 years, aligning with their usage in Europe during the same period. Analysis of the Longtan site indicated an environment akin to that of quina sites in Europe, characterized by open forest grassland and a cool, dry climate, which may have influenced the tool-making practices of the ancient inhabitants. Microscopic studies of the quina scrapers confirmed their use for scraping and cutting soft materials, evidenced by distinct wear patterns. However, the identity of the tool makers remains a mystery, as no human remains or DNA were recovered, leaving open the possibility that they could have been modern humans, Neanderthals, Denisovans, or an unidentified human species. This discovery raises important questions about the origins of the quina tools, particularly whether they were introduced by visitors from Europe or developed independently by local populations. The study highlights the need for continued archaeological research in East Asia, as previous findings may have been overlooked due to narrow definitions based on European examples. Overall, these findings challenge the belief that East Asians relied solely on basic tools during the Middle Paleolithic, indicating a more complex technological landscape in the region. The human microbiome, a complex community of diverse microbes, is increasingly recognized for its essential role in maintaining health. It aids in nutrient provision, prevents harmful pathogen colonization, and plays a key role in regulating immunity. However, when this balance is disrupted, a condition known as dysbiosis can occur, which has been linked to various diseases, including malnutrition, inflammatory bowel diseases, diabetes, asthma, mental health disorders, and even cancer. One of the major challenges in applying precision medicine lies in the inter-individual variability of microbiome composition. This variability is influenced by both genetic and environmental factors, leading to significant differences in microbial taxa and their functions among individuals. Consequently, treatments may need to be tailored to the unique microbiome of each patient rather than applying a one-size-fits-all approach. Recent studies have shown that an individual's microbiome can influence their response to medical treatments, emphasizing the importance of developing strategies that promote treatment-compatible microbiomes. As a result, the microbiome is emerging as a promising target for new diagnostics and therapeutics, highlighting its potential in the realm of personalized medicine. To further investigate this, a new research collection has been initiated to consolidate findings on the microbiome's role in precision medicine, focusing on its variability and impact on treatment response. This collection will incorporate advanced methods to integrate omics datasets, which will aid in predicting personalized biomarkers and treatments based on microbiome analysis. This has been your daily brief in science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.